Well, uh, with that, we're going to have the chairman's closing statement. And I will share with you, this is a long-time tradition here at the Board of Supervisors. In a few weeks, Vice Chairman Cox, I say that for the next few minutes at least, will be giving us a talk to share with us where we are going, perhaps. But today, it's my proud privilege to be able to share with you some of the things that we've accomplished this year. And I would say without undue modesty, it's a significant, very significant list that I feel very good about this. And it's thanks to the hard work, your hard work, the hard work of our staff, and the hard work of our many employees throughout this whole county system. It was everybody pulling together. I don't have to tell anybody these are difficult times. The state has been embroiled in a financial nightmare. Our federal government takes us to a cliff, and the county continues to do things, and I will share those with you. We should also take credit that due to quick county action, we were able to avoid the end of the Mayan world in December, and I want to congratulate the staff on that. So without further ado, let me share with you some of the highlights of this year. As all of you know, public safety is our top priority, and that includes a long-term and continued focus on disaster preparedness and response. This year, we moved from a 20th century technology disaster response system to a 21st century system that is already becoming the model for cities, counties, and states across the nation. The slide shows how we have integrated our systems approach on a vast scale. And it's based on the real-time battlefield awareness tools that have been developed and deployed by our military. The county has embraced the Next Generation Incident Command System, or NICS for short. For our region, the biggest improvement will be in wildfire response, although the system is capable of handling any type of emergency. But for wildfires, when a Santa Ana fan wind-whipped fire begins to blaze, we will now be able to monitor the fire lines in real time. A map of fire lines that used to take about 12 hours to plot can now be created in about 10 minutes. Our knowledge of conditions in the backcountry's remote canyons and mountains will be immeasurably better thanks to NICS being connected to 144 of SDG&E's remote weather stations. More information. This new information will keep our residents and our firefighters much safer while allowing us to combat fires in a much smarter manner. One of the big new tools we deployed this fall is an infrared camera that's attached to a fire command and control plane that stays aloft for many hours at a time. This camera can be remotely aimed and focused by a fire commander on the ground. The system can live stream video from a high-resolution camera and, when necessary, switch to the infrared camera that can penetrate dense smoke to crisply reveal active fire lines. To support hosting of the NICS system at the UCSD Supercomputer Center, my office awarded a Neighborhood Reinvestment Program grant to the San Diego County Fire Authority, which is overseeing this contract. With all this new emergency services information available, we needed a better way to share it with the public. So our staff did what you would expect. They developed and launched the San Diego Emergency App. Designed for smartphones and tablets, the free app allows individuals to make a pre-disaster checklist, to find and map out shelter locations, to get breaking news, and to even know where the fire lines are during any type of an incident. The first day that we unveiled this app, it debuted as a top 10 download on the Apple Store nationwide. Since then, it's been downloaded almost 20,000 times, and it's becoming of good use throughout the entire county, which is what we want. You can now download it yourselves at San Diego County sdcountyemergency.com. Usually when I say that, people in the audience all get out their smartphones and start doing it. In 2012, the county also turned its attention to the growing food truck phenomena. Primarily, I was concerned about two things: shutting down fly-by-night operators who set up shop near large gatherings of people, and ensuring the public that the food they were eating had been stored and prepared in a safe manner. San Diego has a history of being at the forefront of helping the public quickly size up the safety of food served at local restaurants. Our ABC lettering system is accepted as part of the restaurant landscape, and you all are aware of these, and we hope you only see A's in San Diego County. Well, when you have that A in your window, customers can count on what to order, not whether to order. Now, that same letter grading system will apply to nearly 300 food carts and more than 250 food trucks that prepare and serve food to consumers. I expect that the first letter grades will go out next month, and they'll look like this, a small size of the other, but with one distinguishing feature. There's a little icon on here that anyone with a smartphone can click on and get the complete records of that food truck or food cart. So that we've taken that another step, and perhaps that's something we'll get added to the normal restaurant app here shortly. In the last 10 years, the county has invested $1.26 billion in completing more than 70 capital projects. By using cash to pay for 70% of that cost, we've saved taxpayers $1.46 billion in financing expenses. Think about that. It's huge. Our efforts continued with the August 7th ribbon cutting for the $294 million County Operation Center in Kearny Mesa, a photo of which is on the screen. And you can see it was snapped just as that ribbon was shredded. With its opening, the energy efficient and environmentally sound campus is now home to 4 LEED Gold certified buildings and 1 LEED Platinum building. There's probably no collection like that in the county. One of the tenants for that campus is the new Planning and Development Services Department that was brought into being this past year. I expect that the public will find it a friendlier, one-stop place to do business. We were back at the COC campus in December to break ground on the new $73 million Register of Voters headquarters. Look for a ribbon cutting about 11 months from now. I'm sure that Supervisor Cox has that scheduled for us already. At its essence, government is a collection of people. Probably the sculpture on the large sculpture on our campus, our operations campus, is probably emblematic of that, because it's made up of all these people that are formed into one large image. In 2012, we said goodbye to what seemed to have been a particularly large number of our finest. Collectively, these 7 individuals dedicated more than 112 years to making the county the well-managed success it is today. Some have retired, while others have voluntarily moving on to new opportunities. Included in this group, the Director of Behavior Health Science Services, Jennifer Schaefer, the Deputy County Counsel, Nate Northrup, the Chief Technology Officer, Harold Tuck, the Regional HHSA Manager, Renee Santiago, the Registrar, Deborah Seiler, the Chief Administrative Officer, Walt Eckert, and of course, our own Supervisor Pam Slater-Price. As I said, it's quite a list, and it's only a sampling of the many fine people that have served the county and have retired or left this year. And while we lost people, we're thrilled to see Helen Robbins-Meyer as the new Chief Administrative Officer and Don Stoyer as the new Assistant Chief Administrative Officer. We are in more than capable hands. For years, I've talked about the strength and innovation of our library system which seemed to be a local secret. Well, now, apparently the secret is out. In August, I joined County Library Director Jose Aponte at a National Library Convention in accepting our Library of the Year honors. We were awarded as the best public library in the United States. This is a significant achievement. At that convention, I saw what can best be described as an automated library kiosk where books can be checked out and dropped off. Thanks to the support of Vice Chairman Greg Cox and Supervisor Bill Horn, who joined me in recommending neighborhood reinvestment funds for the project, the first 24/7 Library to Go in San Diego will go live in just a few months. I'm also proud to report that for all his routine yet extraordinary efforts, at least for him, Jose Aponte was just selected to receive the John Dewey Award for Distinguished Public Service. Now that $10,000 check was actually from the previous award, so he's not getting a $10,000 check. This year, our county wholeheartedly embraced Live Well San Diego, our Live Well San Diego campaign. I see Nick shaking his head. We even incorporated it into our strategic plan. Our embracing of Live Well included Nick presenting the program this year to the leaders of 18 regional cities during a meeting of the Sandag Association. I expect many cities are going to follow in our footsteps. And speaking of following, for a decade, San Diego County has been working on reducing childhood obesity. Now, as the rest of the nation is catching on, we're seeing glimmers of hope as the weight of our kids is dropping in San Diego. Being a leader has also allowed us to earn significant federal grants to build on our successes, including the, I think, largest in the country, $15 million community transformation grant. Our efforts to ensure CalFresh, or food stamps benefits, for eligible San Diegans also paid off last year with a record number of people getting the benefits. For those calling the access line to apply for CalFresh, we reduced the wait time significantly since September of 2011. And on Valentine's Day, we unveiled the Love Your Heart campaign, and in the process, conducted over 1,300 blood pressure checks that day alone. A number, I presume, should have set some sort of a Guinness Book of Records record. Later in the year, we took our Strikeout Stroke initiative to Petco Park and set up booths staffed by local healthcare professionals who provided stroke prevention advice to the many fans at the game. Stroke is a 100% preventable cause of death, and we need to work on it. Please keep track of your blood pressure and share the results with your doctor, and don't forget to keep on walking. In 2012, the county launched the simple but effective 10,000 Steps program. I'm actually on my third pedometer now, having lost a couple of them, which I went online and got the most expensive, but supposedly the best one, and somebody else is enjoying them now out there. And we can all breathe easier in 2012. Literally, we can breathe easier. Not only was it the cleanest air quality year on record, but we also met our federal ozone target and are on track to meet the new federal standards in the near future. Caring for our health means also caring for our most vulnerable. In 2012, we continued to work on the issues of homelessness, particularly downtown, through a dynamic partnership that included the City of San Diego, nonprofit organizations like the Downtown Partnership and the United Way, and the business community. The county allocated new funds last year that help provide housing and 24/7 treatment for homeless individuals who have chronic substance abuse and mental health issues. Right before the winter holidays, the leadership team and collaborative partners of the Campaign to End Homelessness in downtown San Diego successfully housed 100 homeless persons from the streets of downtown San Diego. I spent time at Golden Hall with members of that team when 86 of these formerly homeless persons were enrolled and housed in just 3 days. Of course, the biggest project we broke ground on is literally going on around us as I speak. The new waterfront park. We officially turned the dirt on September 25th, and construction has been ongoing since. You're all invited to join us 15 months from now to celebrate what may be this board's most enduring legacy. I'd like to close now with a quote from Thomas Friedman that matches my beliefs and I think our attitude towards government. According to Mr. Friedman, he says, the era of globalization, it is the quality of the state that matters. You need a smaller state. You need a better state, a smarter state, and a faster state. Sounds familiar? Better, cheaper, faster, Diane? We've been saying that for how long? What Friedman was talking about is what you have done here in San Diego County. And with that, I'd like to turn and move on to the next order of business. Thank you.